let's make lemonade. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Willis Automotive has multiple brands, multiple models, and if you're looking for a really uber-safe car, check out the Volvo EX90 and the Infiniti QX80. Both have earned a spot in the 2026 IIHS Top Safety Picks list. If you're listening on the audio stream at TheRushRadio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Good morning, YouTubers. If you're watching on the YouTube stream, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and, of course, leave your comments in the comment section. Call the show at 515-517-2303 or follow us on our social media channels. Hello, Ross Peterson. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. I had a good one, man. What did I do? Spent some time with Dad. Had a nice Easter. Had wonderful church service yesterday morning. Had an Easter egg hunt at Courtney's dad's house. Had a good day. Got to see Bill Blank yesterday for a little bit. It's always fun when you get to laugh with Bill Blank for a few minutes.
You know, bringing up Billy Blank, and I was kind of thrown back by this because I didn't know this. He posted, either you posted it or Bill posted it, the podcast he did about Invasion, Iowa. And I had no idea that he was part of Invasion, Iowa. I vaguely remember the show, but I didn't know all that stuff that had happened. And Billy, being the inquisitive person that he is, figured the stuff out really early, and they booted him. I had no idea that happened.
Yeah, and I can't push back on what you said there. There's that's the right way to tell the story. So if you don't know what this is about, back in 2006, William Shatner was going to film a movie in Iowa, in Riverside. Bill had done a comedy show over in that area at a bar, and the bar owner at one point was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to be we might be a movie scene." Bill's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, some people from Hollywood were snooping around the other day, and they're thinking about shooting a movie here with some big actor." Bill's like, "Yeah, right." Well, like a week later, the dude calls me. He's like, "Hey, I couldn't tell you, but it's William Shatner, and they're going to come and film like a sci-fi movie." So Bill went and auditioned and got a role. And when he brought the script home and started reading through it with some of his buddies, namely a guy named Kevin Fitzgerald, who lives in New York. He's a New York guy. They both were like, something ain't right here. This script is way corny, off the wall. Turned out it wasn't a movie at all. William Shatner and a bunch of people from Hollywood were coming to pull one of those candid camera type of pranks on the town, right? And the idea was that they were going to make everybody in small town Iowa. They're going to make it small town Iowa idiots. And these Hollywood elites are going to come to town and pull one over on them. And Bill saw through it right away. It's really cool. The Invasion Iowa thing, it ended up being like a 4-part or 3-part miniseries on Spike. You can buy the DVD and it's released like they thought it was going to be, where it's like an 8 or 10 episode deal. But it ended up, being kind of a neat thing. Bill has been interviewed now about 3 or 4 times in the last week, because this guy the dude that I retweeted has like 600,000 YouTube subscribers.
Really?
And it's really well done. Did you watch the whole video?
Yeah, I was watching it. I was like, this guy knows this stuff. And that sci-fi market is an interesting, or just obscure stuff that people latch onto, right? You're like, man, people love this stuff. I found it interesting because I knew if it wasn't Bill, I probably wouldn't have been that interested in it.
Right.
But I kept going down the rabbit hole, and I'm like, I had no idea. No idea.
Bill's so good in it, guys. I've retweeted it. I think I retweeted it and put it on my Facebook, but I know I put it on my Facebook page, and you should go and check it out. It's such a cool thing now, 20 years later, to look back on it, because I remember Bill being Bill and I played Salvation Army basketball together as little boys. Okay. I mean, my friendship with Bill goes back to before I knew who I was. And then through high school. And then I was there, not with him, but I was there the first time Bill ever went on stage. So, I mean, this is my dude, right? And I was so excited for him. He was so excited. Like, oh my God, I might be getting a break here, man. I'm going to be in a William Shatner movie. And I remember the way he handled that was so impressive, because it would have been easy to be like, oh, dude, I've been lied to. This isn't the break. They're trying to make a joke out of me. And then I would have been a dick about it. Bill handled it perfectly. He didn't go in there and go, hey, screw all you guys. I know what you're up to. No, he and Kevin, because once they realized what it was, he and Kevin realized this might actually be a better opportunity. If you don't rush into it and try to blow everything up, what if you just allude to them that you're onto them? And that's what Bill did. And when you watch it back, really, Bill would even say, man, I wasn't some genius. It was, they were laying it on so thick that it was pretty obvious, but Bill's one of the only ones that picked up on it. And
there was a scene like where they're doing the behind the scenes talking, and even William Shatner's like, this Bill Blank guy, he's onto us.
He's onto it. They all knew it, because he said to one of the guys, he was like, hey man, I feel for you. You're a good dude. Don't let him beat you up. And then he looks right at the guy and he goes, or you could just be an amazing actor. And that's you. And the people behind the scenes are like, oh crap, is he on? And they even like cut to the dude and he's like, that guy looked right at me and said, you could just be an actor. So he knew. And at that point he knew it, and he layered it. It was brilliant. And now, 20 years later, for him to have the perspective he does on it, love Bill.
Well, what's cool, and you never know when opportunity knocks, right? So you do one interview where you're like, sure, I'll talk about Invasion, Iowa. The guy has 600,000 followers, and more people start calling. Who knows how many people might go start looking for Bill Blank's recent special that he did out in Colorado Springs.
This dude, that guy, does a great job of like, man, I was able to find Bill Blank because he's still performing and play some of his stuff. Our buddy Chris Shipley wrote this. Bill is the epitome of judging a book by its cover, or not judging a book by its cover. You look at him, you think he's one thing, and you are surprised by his talent, smarts, and kindness. He's one of a kind. Amen. Amen. Bill would say this too. Bill is one of a lot of guys. He's not one of a kind. We know a lot of dudes like that. We know a lot of dudes that you would misjudge. East Siders, North Siders, that you would look at and go, this guy couldn't cut it in West Des Moines and Ankeny. You wouldn't live a day in this dude's life.
What impressed me most is Bill, I don't think has changed in 20 years. He almost looks exactly the same. I'm like, dude, you haven't even aged. You look old 20 years ago.
Here's the thing, Travis.
Now you look young.
He looked like that when we were 9. Okay? That's been Bill. That's been Bill forever.
And the reason I was thinking about Bill yesterday is that I was in Riverside yesterday. So
really?
I was driving through Riverside yesterday, and I'm like, this is where Bill Blank hung out and got his heart ripped out and then kicked off a show.
Yeah, okay. And when you say that, because that was what they did in the sci-fi movie, was the Dominatrix or whatever, 3,000. She's the chick on The Daily Show.
Yeah, I did know. I found that out.
She's had a pretty good run. So yeah, very cool stuff. Bill, one of the many guys, again, and now he's dating a friend of mine, a girl that I knew from high school. So I'm super happy. So I got to hang out with both of them last night.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was in Riverside because I was coming home. I spent the weekend in Muscatine, or just outside of Muscatine. And you've been there. I was at my sister-in-law's acreage. And Ross, I did some learning over the weekend. I did some learning over the weekend. Not book learning, labor learning. I was an apprentice this weekend. So I got to learn how to do some carpentry skills. Now, I kept kind of hands off, but I got to help, okay? So you know the property, and you remember where the wedding ceremony was at. Well,
Yep.
Owen and I we rebuilt the studio, and you've been in the studio. We've got a desk that I do my regular podcast at, and we've been looking for something new, but we just can't find what we want. And I was telling Gretchen's husband Tony kind of what we want. He goes, well, we can build it. And so I got to pick out all the lumber. I started helping plane wood. So we were running the wood through the planer. Then we were even off the edges, and we started building a new table over the weekend. 7 foot long, 4 feet wide, and it's not done, but the table itself is put together. It's glued together. I got to watch them clamp it up. Got to help do that.
I got to watch them clamp it up.
I go, can I help in any way? My job in the planer was to basically get it through the planer, lift up a little bit, and then put the board back so we could plane it again. When it came to the table saw, he's just like, back up. We're not. Your hands aren't going near this table saw.
Oh, I love it.
It was just enough to make me feel like I did something. If Owen would have been there, Owen would have been like, here, I want to do this. I was just like, I just want to learn.
Okay, so Owen wasn't there. So Tony was doing this for you is basically what you're telling us?
Yes. Well, I was helping.
You weren't helping.
I was helping.
Travis, I got really bad news for you, dude. I think
he wanted me there. He's like, if I'm going to build this, I at least want you to be a part of it. I think he
made you stand in the room while he made it. I love it.
That's fair.
I got to watch him clamp it. Travis, the planer thing.
Yeah.
That job that you did on the planer.
Yeah.
That was my job when I was 8.
Well, some of us take a little bit longer to grow up, okay? I don't have access to planers.
That's the job you give the little kid when you're like, hey, they don't want him in the kitchen. The little boy wants to stay around the sawdust. What do we do?
See how Ross pisses on my parade, folks? Do you see how this happens? I get excited. I do a little bit of carpentry work.
I got to watch him clamp it. That was all the visual I needed there.
Because he has these, he custom made these clamps, and I'm like, I don't know how this thing works, but I'll watch. But I was there, took a little bit of ownership.
I love it. You're getting a new table. Tony was. I'm sorry.
Ross hurts my feelings.
Let me watch him clamp it.
Well, what was I supposed to do? Clamp it myself? He wouldn't let me glue. There was no way he would let me glue. He's like, nah, I got the glue thing. Could have offered. You want me to help with the glue? I got it. You did a really good job pulling the board out of the planer, which Ross did when he was 8.
Which auto feeds, by the way.
Hey, but I had to lift up so it didn't get any divots.
Travis, what did you do at Subway? I baked the bread. Really? Well, I took it off the thing.
I took it out of the oven and I priced bread in the cooling rack.
I was a sandwich artist. It said
Did
it right
you get a
there
slice
on
the bread? No, I didn't get a slice the bread. They didn't give me a knife.
Tony's
Here I was proud of myself for doing manual labor.
Oh, I'm so happy that Tony did that. That's so.
Do you think he did it to embarrass me?
No. I really do think it was like, hey, let's go do this thing together. And you're getting a new table out of it. That's freaking sweet. Is it gonna have? Is it gonna be like a countertop, or is it just gonna be plywood?
No. It's oak. So what we did? Oh yeah, it's this. The top itself probably weighs 250 pounds. That's without the base.
Did he just give you this giant slab of oak?
Dude, he's got so much wood. He is now, because he's got 100 acres of trees, right? Yeah. He's now milling his own wood.
Holy cow.
He's
Does
milling.
He have what's called a Texas sawmill? So basically, Travis, he can mill his own wood with a chainsaw.
No, he's got all the stuff to just mill his own wood. I think he's got a regular mill.
You kidding me?
Oh no, he's like. We went back and there's
gosh.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was like a lumberyard.
That's really
Russ.
cool.
It was like a lumberyard. He's like, okay, let's start picking out the wood. What do you think of this one? What do you think of this color? Now, we did mix and match because he's like, I've got enough here. He goes, do you care about it uniformity? I'm like, not really. I like the imperfection. Like we got a live edge on the side.
Dude. That's
so
freaking sweet.
I think this table is a mix, and they all and I'll send you a picture of it maybe during the break. There's oak, ash, and maple in there, and so it's kind of a mixed. It's a mutt of a table, but I'm okay with that because I kind of like the imperfection of it.
No, I like it.
But with a live edge, it looks really cool. But he's milling his own wood too.
Damn.
I know.
I had a cousin. I have a cousin, Todd, who is like a real life cowboy, a real life lived in Wyoming. Now he lives on a ranch in Idaho, all by himself, right on the edge of Yosemite, or not Yosemite, Yellowstone. Which one is it? Right on the edge of? He lives on the edge of one of the big national parks. I think it's Yellowstone.
If it's Yellowstone, that would be Yellowstone where the Tetons are. Yosemite's in California, right?
Yeah, so it's Yellowstone. He lives on the western, outside the western edge of Yellowstone.
Okay.
And he is a woodworker. He's an iron worker. He used to shoe horses, got kicked in the face by a horse one time, broke both of his orbital bones. I mean, he's a tough dude. He's a real life cowboy.
He's a cowboy.
Real life cowboy. And he has what's called what he referred to as a Texas sawmill. And it's like a chainsaw attached to it is not like a chainsaw. It's a chainsaw attached to this device where he can take a fallen tree and mill it and cut it into slabs or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Tony has every little bit of wood milling, wood carpentry contraption that you want.
Tony's a man's man.
Oh, he's a man's man. He's very much so. And you go up in his shop and he's got sawdust collectors everywhere. So you turn on the machines and they just go through a tube downstairs into a bag.
Yeah. Yeah, wood shops, like a real wood shop like that.
Like a real wood shop.
All of the
yeah.
Golly.
It's a reminder that I have zero talent whatsoever.
It makes you feel like less of a man.
Very much so.
You see people do this, you're like, oh man. All right, well, I'll sip on my latte while you
want me to catch that board coming through the automatic feed planer? I could do that.
But I'm with you, Travis. It does make me feel like more of a man standing there. Yeah.
That's kind of what it was.
Smell the sawdust. Yeah.
My armpit hair got longer over the weekend. What's that smell?
That's it.
That's man.
Musk.
That's man
musk,
smell.
Yeah.
Honey, I'm not showering tonight. I want you to smell my musk as I crawl into bed with you because I worked today.
When you hug me, I'm gonna feel a little gritty tonight. That's yeah, love it.
Just because my buddy Pat, who you know very well, he gets jealous of Tony because Tony builds all this stuff, and Pat's wife is always like, "Why don't you do that?" And I don't do it because I don't know how to do it. I just come out and say I don't know how to do it. I love to watch, help when I can. And that's what I did. I helped when I can. I think he realized right away that my only skill was to catch a board coming out of an automatic feed planer. And they're like, okay, let's line the boards up. Okay, do you like, it looks good. Nah, it doesn't. So even the decisions I made were overruled. They're like, let's move this board over here.
You said, I like that. He'd go, no.
We don't like that. I said, okay. But yeah, so I got to Muscatine on Friday, came home yesterday. I took a highway. The interstate was bad on Friday, man. I went ahead and got off the highway and took 92, went through Oskaloosa. Never been to Oskaloosa before. That was nice. Went through Knoxville. So took Highway 92, got on took I-35 south when we got to Des Moines, got on Highway 92, went straight over. Took the interstate home yesterday, though, a little faster. Because I called you on Friday. Said, hey, I'm going through Knoxville.
I thought the way that you had explained it, I thought you guys had brought the 4-lane highways all the way over. I was like, oh, that's an adventure. You guys went on a fun little
I
road
thought
trip
it was going to be 4-lane because 34 is 4-lane all the way over. 92, not so much. But it didn't bother. It only added maybe a half hour to the trip, which was
I know Iowa roads so poorly, Travis. I mean, I get how the numbering system works. That you get from south to north, it's in incremental numbers, and from west to east, it's incremental numbers. But it's still, when you say Highway 34, Highway 92, I'm like, I have no idea where you're talking about. I know where Interstate 35 is. I know where I-80 is.
And that's kind of, I went through Carlisle.
I like Carlisle. Yeah. I have several relatives in Carlisle. Love Carlisle.
That was a nice little road trip.
Oskaloosa.
Hey, they got a Walmart in Oskaloosa. That's the first thing I said to Anjanette. They've got a McDonald's, they got a Burger King, they got a Walmart. This is a good college town. Go to William Penn.
Those are things,
William Penn when I was a kid.
Things that you look at as positives for a community.
What would you rather have, a Dollar General or a Walmart?
That's one of those dichotomies I won't choose, my friend. I will go bad and bad.
I understand what you're thinking. However, they do serve a purpose because they let people in smaller towns have access to. You don't have to drive as far.
You can't seriously try to tell me Walmart's been good for small town America.
In some way, it has been. Access.
At the price, at what cost? At what cost has Walmart
destroying small businesses?
Yeah, and consolidating wealth with one family, cheapening the products, destroying the labor market in America. What are we talking about? Providing unlivable wages.
I will say this though: if you're going to school in William Penn, it makes life a little bit easier to go get.
True. I can't deny that. If you are from out of town, showing up and being able to spend your money with a multinational corporation, it makes life a lot easier. What did it do to those communities? You can't argue.
It ruined Main Street America.
Yes.
I won't deny that.
Yes. This is Burger McChick says, Walmart or Amazon, which destroyed? Burger, dichotomy. You don't have to choose. You can say
both.
Both. Because I don't look at any of those things you said. I look at them like Dollar Generals. They're bad for the community. When you start getting Dollar Generals and Dollar Tree, and those aren't good signs. This is like having a payday loan place show up in your community. That should be a sign of like, oh shit, things ain't going well. And you don't have to look. And you don't have to look very far around right now to go, oh shit, things ain't going well.
Easier is not necessarily better. Convenience is killing our planet. I do love convenience, even as much as you bitch about it, and I love Main Street America. I'd love to own properties on like some of these older small towns because I think there's potential there. But let's use this convenience. Costco, I mentioned it last week. We had Costco delivered to our house because they did it for free. I didn't have to go with the masses at Costco. We just made an online order and they just showed up at the house. I'm like, that was the easiest trip to Costco we've ever made. There's a rabbit hole I never thought we'd go down. Cheers. Happy Monday, everybody.
Oh, I could ruin your Monday if you'd like me to, but
No, I don't want you to ruin my Monday.
Did you see I tagged you in the Theo Vaughn thing this weekend? Because I thought that was so apropos of what our pre-show meetings have been like the last couple weeks. Oh,
dude. I was watching that going, I live this every single day. Every single day. I'm like, Theo Vaughn and Ross Peterson are one and the same. The exact same. Did you watch that go, he stole that from me?
I watched it and said, preach, brother. Preach, brother.
Whose podcast was he on? I forget.
Joe Rogan.
Okay.
And Joe Rogan's like, we got to get you off the antidepressants, son.
Yeah, when Joe Rogan is telling you to slow your boat, you're like, wow.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have a few friends that that I can reach out to. In fact, Chris Flagger is one of those guys. I can call Flag. I did last night. I left Bill Blank's house and I called Flagger. And I said, I just got a conspiracy theory with you for a little while. And he's always like, let's do it, brother. And you go, what am I seeing here? Here's the thing that has been shocking to me. Okay. I'm not going to out anybody because I don't think any of them listen to it anyway, but no reason to. Man, am I shocked at how stupid, how just completely uninformed human beings are. Adults walking around with us. Some of them with degrees, some of them with really high-paying jobs that don't know basic stuff. And I mean like elementary things. Like how many weeks are there in a year?
52.
How many letters are there in an alphabet?
Was it 26?
Which is further from Earth, the sun or the moon?
The sun.
Which is larger? The sun or the moon?
The sun by a big margin. Massive margin.
Does the moon have gravity?
No, no.
How does the moon light up?
The sun.
I'm shocked at how often I run into adult human beings who are doing well. They're doing well. And they're like, the moon has gravity? I didn't think the moon had gravity.
You witness this.
And then you can't, and then you like coming from a place where I'm like, well, yeah, you know how Stanley Kubrick was involved in the moon landing? Then you like, I know I sound insane. I know if you don't even know the simple basics, and quite most people when they start to learn, they're like, yeah, I don't really give a shit. And none of those questions you asked, Ross, they don't impact my life, so I don't care about it. And that I'm like, I get you don't care about it, but you don't know how many letters in the alphabet.
And I know I said earlier the moon doesn't have gravity. It does, but it's not like we have here. I mean,
it's 1/6.
Yes.
It's 1/6 of the Earth's gravity.
Which essentially to me is like zero gravity. Because when you jump, you can do like
Yeah. You by the way, I want to be clear. You nailed all the questions. You got all of them right. 100%. You did really well.
I try.
I am shocked. Sometimes you hear people ask questions and you're like, oh shit.
Don't ask any more questions. Just don't ask any more questions.
Wow, that was a fast half hour.
It was.
We didn't do anything we planned there.
Oh, but we got plenty of time because we're here till 8 o'clock today. And I do want to tell you that when you're looking for a new house, Gary Presnell is the first man you need to call because he's going to get you pre-approved for the loan that you're going to buy that house from Ross Peterson. Gary's a mortgage banker with Northwest Bank, financing residential homes the past 25 years. He offers VA, FHA, IFA first-time buyer loans and conventional and new construction loans, and all approvals are done locally by Northwest Bank. He can get your loan approved in 30 minutes. It can happen after hours during the week, even on the weekends. Gary is the best. And how do we know that? Because he's been the state of Iowa's top producing mortgage banker the past 8 years. Give Gary Presnell a call today at 515-975-6767. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire, a front row tickets to every show-yonaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat, Norm. Norm knows basketball, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert. Please call me. I would love to help you.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring is upon us. Birds are chirping, flowers are growing, and the temperatures are rising. But that also means rain, pollen, and humid summer days. Now, we can't really do anything about that when you aren't in your car, but for when you are in your car, we are offering our Fresh Spring Special package. For the month of April, you can get wiper blades, an engine air filter, and cabin air filters with the FrigiFresh treatment for 20% off retail. Shake off the winter and throw open the shutters at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Lottery Lounge is back at the 2026 Des Moines Art Festival. You could be spending a day in the shade, enjoying music, exploring juried art fair with work from 190 professional artists, and have an opportunity to take home your favorite pieces with $1,000 in art bucks plus food and refreshments. All this and more could be yours in the Prize Zone promotion from the Iowa Lottery. Cash payout scratch tickets started hitting retailers on April. They hit tomorrow, so be ready for that. Be sure to save your non-winning tickets and get them entered into your VIP club account. This runs through June 2nd. So you'll have plenty of time to get signed up and registered. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. Happy Monday. Happy National Championship Monday. Tonight, the NCAA men's basketball tournament. The road ends tonight. You'll have Michigan taking on UConn. This, I think, is going to be a fun game. And Ross, Michigan has looked so good during this tournament. As being out of the Big Ten, are you rooting for Michigan, or do you not have a dog in this fight? What? How do you look at this?
No and yes. Am I rooting for Michigan because they're in the Big Ten? No, I don't. That's never. I don't understand how that fan thing that people do. And I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. I just have never been one of those guys that was like, all right, now I'm rooting for Michigan because they're in the same conference as Iowa. And I understand there are some benefits and there's some financial windfalls and some perception things that happen. It's just never been. I'm not rooting for Michigan because they're in the Big Ten. I'm rooting for Michigan because they're not coached by Hurley.
And I think a lot of people fall into that same boat that you just mentioned.
So like when you say, are you rooting for Michigan because they're in the Big Ten? No. Do you have a dog in the fight? Yeah. Yeah, I'm rooting for Michigan. I think that, first of all, watching them through this tournament, they've been freaking incredible. I mean, they're just destroying teams. And they seem to have this kind of chip on their shoulder of like, we want to be the best Michigan team ever. I've heard a couple of those guys say that. Like, we don't want to go down as a good Michigan team, or we want to go down as the best Michigan team ever. That's a high bar. And the only way to achieve that high bar is to continue doing what you've done. It should be a great game tonight, because UConn, by the way, is playing incredible basketball as well.
Well, you bring up Dan Hurley, right? And it's hard to bet against Dan Hurley in games like this, meaning the guy has done nothing but win since he's got to UConn. He's never lost past a Sweet 16 round. He's in the championship game for the third time in the last 4 years. His previous 2 times, he won the national title. And it's one of those things where you're like, okay, I think Michigan's probably got more talent, but talent doesn't always win. Coach, it is as polarizing as Hurley is. You can't deny the fact he can flat out coach and prepare teams for big games like this. And when I was making my selections, and I'm in 13th place in the Rush Radio Washed Up Walk-Ons pool, I don't think I have a chance to get to the top 5. But I was making my pick last night, and I'm like, I just can't go against Dan Hurley. I want Michigan to win, but I'm like, in games like this, Hurley has a better track record. And it's just like, I'm going with Dan Hurley.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Normally when we talk about like historical facts in college, I don't put much weight in them, because these Michigan players have not played in those games, right? But these UConn players, well, maybe I should look at how much of a roster turnover there's been. But it would seem to me like this group, this coaching staff, some of these guys, they've been here. And I do think that helps a little bit when you've seen those, you've been in these situations, you've had the lights be really bright before. Michigan does not seem scared. The way they rolled over Arizona, who I thought
that was the big shock to me, because Arizona was playing so well, and you're like, this is gonna. The Illinois UConn game was 10 times better than the Michigan Arizona game. You're just like, is Arizona get back into this? You're like, oh, they can get back in this. And then you just realize they're not going to get back into this thing. Now TJ says, Michigan going to roll them. I wouldn't say that. Now, conventional wisdom would tell you that, but when you start thinking like that, then it becomes maybe a bigger upset than what it really is.
I will say I'm kind of with TJ. If you made me, and I'm not that I'm hoping for that, I'm hoping we see a good game, and I hope that Hurley doesn't get the chance to raise his arms at the end. But that's just me being petty and kind of a dick. But if you ask me to place money on it, I don't know how you can look at what Michigan has done. I mean, dude, we've talked about it, but it is worth mentioning. 21-point win in the opening round, 23-point win over St. Louis, 13-point win over Alabama, 33-point win over Tennessee, 18-point win over Arizona. Like they have just
destroyed teams.
Destroyed every team they've played here in the last couple of weeks. And I do think that there's a possibility, because UConn's not as good as Arizona. They might be playing better basketball right now, but they're not as good as Arizona on paper or throughout the season, and Michigan just destroyed them. So I do think that there's a chance that what TJ said is true, that Michigan comes out and dismantles them, but UConn's ready. Hope we get a good game tonight.
Yeah, and that's what I want. It's just a really, really good game. I don't want it to be a blowout. I don't want it to be a 20-point game at halftime where I go, I think I'm going to go to bed. I want to stay up and watch this whole thing. Both teams dealing with some injuries, so that could play a bit of a factor. But this is where you put injuries aside and you just say, suck it up and let's go.
Wow. I am surprised by a couple things. I just clicked on the game here on ESPN. Spread is 6.5. That's a pretty big spread for a national championship.
I thought it opened at 6.5. I saw 7.5 this morning, but a point either way. That's still a pretty good size spread.
But that would imply that money's coming in on Michigan right away, thinking that they'll cover that spread. The famed matchup predictor says 70% chance for Michigan to win tonight. 70% chance. So there are a couple things that we should talk about. Anything you want to say about the game, or can we talk about the stuff that's going to happen around the game and after the game?
Yeah. Well, I was just going to ask you, when you look at this tournament altogether, has this been one of the more enjoyable March Madness tournaments you've watched in recent memory?
Well,
and memories are fleeting, right? But I think Iowa's run made this one special. Even Iowa State's storyline with Joshua Jefferson made it interesting, and they got as far as they did.
Yeah, interesting. Now, okay, you moved the goalpost on me, because the first thing you said was, "Has it been enjoyable?" And instantly I'm like, "Oh yeah," as a Hawkeye fan. Was it an enjoyable tournament for our Cyclone friends? I don't know that it was. When you're 3 minutes into the tournament and it's like, pff, your balloon gets popped. And then I feel like Cyclone fans, after Jefferson got hurt, it was just like, now we just have to wait for the inevitable. I mean, we can't make a magical run without Jefferson. And so I don't know that it was enjoyable.
But there's been other good games with buzzer beaters.
Absolutely. And that, if you step back from your fandom, but when you said, was it enjoyable? My initial reaction was like, yes, it was, because I'm a Hawkeye fan, because the Hawkeyes made that run. If Iowa would have gotten beat by 20 against Florida in the second round, would I be like, oh man, what a fun tournament? No, I'd probably be like, I quit watching.
I don't care anymore.
Hawks weren't in it. It's baseball season. Right? But it was enjoyable because the Hawks made that really fun kind of, semi-magical run. Was it fun? Was it enjoyable for Cyclone fans? And I bet that's a hard word for them to say, yeah, I really enjoyed watching this NCAA tournament. 3 minutes into it, I knew that my team was going to the plate without a bat. So I don't know. I don't know that for me, you're asking me, absolutely enjoyable tournament. It's been fun. There's been some great games. It has been fun to watch Arizona and Michigan and UConn be dominant on the way. Illinois too. Illinois being fantastic. And I will find myself tonight rooting for Michigan, which is not something I do often, and not something that I won't be doing it because it's the Big Ten affiliation. I'll be doing it because they're not coached by Hurley.
So what were you talking about going around the stadium or
in and around the game? I think there are some interesting things, and because I want to eventually get to transfer portal, which is obviously going to be the big story starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow
the portal opens. It's kind of like free agency in football, right? Nobody's doing anything right now, guys. Heavy wink.
Opens tomorrow, and you'll have guys. You'll see the graphic. Happy to start my career here. Well, it just opened. How did you make that decision before that? Because your agent's been shopping you.
Casey wrote in and said, does Hurley get listed as one of the best coaches of all time if he wins? 3 titles in 4 years. I think the conversation can start. And I think that's it. So if UConn wins, Hurley is, no matter what, Casey, the guy has etched in rock how great of a coach he is.
I mean, think about this. Bill Self only has 2 national titles. You sit there and go, well, I mean, Dan Hurley has that. Now, I watched Michael Jordan a couple weeks ago on CBS Sunday Morning, and they brought up the GOAT status with him. He goes, there's no such thing as a GOAT. He goes, because the goalpost moves all the time. He goes in different eras, everything like that. I don't know if you can actually say there's the greatest player of all time, if you can say there's the greatest coach all time. But the fact that Dan Hurley has won 2 national titles already and back-to-back and is in a title game for the 3rd time in the 4 years solidifies that he's one of the greats. And for as polarizing as he is, you have to say that he's one of the greats.
Especially in this like crazy Wild West tumultuous time where everybody's got a shot to turn over their roster every single year. Yeah, it's really, really impressive that he's done that. And even as a guy who's not rooting for him, you have to acknowledge that. Okay, there were a couple of this. One, Virginia wrote this in. Hawks will be all over one shining moment tonight. Dude, this is like my take on the Masters. I know it's extremely unpopular, but here it is. I'm not a one shining moment fan.
Hey, can I tell you a little secret?
Just us gals chat.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
It's a highlight video.
We shouldn't tell people that. Okay? Can we agree that we'll just keep that between us?
Okay,
because
we'll just keep that between us.
It's not a popular opinion, and a lot of people will be mad at us for not. The ball is tipped, and there you are. You're running for your life. You're a shooting star.
You do a good Luther Vandross, by the way.
I do Luther. Oh, by the way, you notice my voice is back.
It's called. I've noticed.
Okay, I still got a little bit of I can still get there if I need to. I can still get you there.
You want to know something else between just us girls?
Yeah,
is that as soon as the game's over, TV's off and I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
I won't even stick around for the music video.
It's a 7:50 tip. I was hoping 7:30. It's a 7:50 tip.
Isn't the goal of one shining moment to get every team that played in the tournament in the video? Don't they use like a clip, even if it's like a millisecond of every team?
I don't think they do. Because there have been years when I've heard people say, "Oh, we didn't even make one shining moment."
Fulgaris will be in one shining moment.
Oh, yeah, he better be. He could have a couple of things in there. The 4 players on the court over the top, that should be in there. The 3-pointer in the corner, that should be in there. The 3-pointer in the corner to take out a number 1 seed, that's got to be there. I would think that the baseball pass over the top of the 4 defenders is going to be there. But it's yeah. I think, God, I'm such a contrarian. I feel sometimes like I just don't like it because people like it. And I don't want to be that.
Dude, you are a contrarian.
Shit.
That was established about 15 years ago.
Why didn't you tell me?
If I like it, Ross is going to hate it. And he's going to point out every single reason why he hates it.
If you would just tell me I'm that way, I would change. Do you know that?
No, you wouldn't. You would not change. I don't want you to change. I don't want you to change at all.
You have to start playing the mind game with me, though. If you want me to like something, you have to tell me that other people don't like it. You know what I mean? You got to be like, hey, Ross, have you seen all these people that hate the Artemis 2? And I'm like, well, then I'm going to love it. Do you see their poopers frozen?
Yes.
I saw that in your rundown.
It's frozen. They can still poop in the toilet, but they just can't release it. They have to pee in bags.
They had to rotate the shuttle so that the poop pipes were facing the sun, hoping to thaw.
Can you give me a 10-degree turn to the right, please? Thank you. Keep it there for approximately 35 minutes. We're going to hope for a thaw.
Any smells coming out of there yet?
That's how they knew it was frozen. They're sitting in the Orion going, you smell something? You drop gas? Did you break wind?
Did you fart? I didn't fart. Did you fart? Come on, man. Seriously. Somebody farted. Somebody farted, right? Right?
No.
So if you're keeping score at home, that's our latest aircraft carrier and our latest space shuttle that have had pooper problems. Plumbing issues.
Gets a little cold up there. As they said, though, there's redundancy to solve these problems. And that's why by the time we go back in 2028, we land on the moon and start colonizing the moon, because that's where I want to live.
Makes my eyebrows itch.
Just know that you may have a crapper problem when you get up there.
So I wanted to, and I didn't mean to talk about poopers, because the interesting thing to me around the game tonight is going to be what happens with the North Carolina coaching search, right?
Dude. This brings back so many memories for me of when Nebraska fired Frank Solich. It really does. Because they thought they had who they wanted. When Steve Peterson fired Frank Solich, it was like, oh, you don't fire a guy unless you know who you want, right?
Who was it that they knew they wanted?
Dave Wannstedt. He decided to stay with the Dolphins. Then they went after the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator. Forget his name at the time. He turned it down. Then they had the plane sitting on the tarmac in Fayetteville, Arkansas to bring Houston Nutt to Lincoln. And it was a live shot. I remember I was working in news at the time. We just showed this. We're sitting on the news desk going, we're waiting for Houston Nutt to board the plane. Houston Nutt's running about 5 minutes behind. Houston Nutt's running 30 minutes behind. Houston Nutt's not going to get on this plane. It was an embarrassing moment. And nobody wanted the job.
Trav, what year are we talking here? Is this
That would have been 2004?
Okay.
2004, I think it was.
Yeah.
And finally, Bill Callahan just ended up getting the job. But it was like, I think a lot of people looked at it like, you just fired a guy that averaged 10 wins a year, had one bad season, who took over for a legendary coach. Not that, and Hubert Davis took over for Roy Williams, legendary coach. Won 20-some games this year. The climate's different. And Rick Pitino, for as polarizing as he is right when you say, it doesn't matter anymore. Blue bloods don't matter. And they're like, well, what do you mean? The money's the same. Everybody's playing on it. If you have the resources, you don't need to be at North Carolina. You don't need to be at Duke. You don't need to be at UCLA. Because right now, Ross, we've had, and this is crazy, Dusty May has said, I'm staying at Michigan. Nate Oates just signed a contract at Alabama that makes him one of the top 5 highest paid coaches in college basketball. The Arizona coach gets a deal to where he gets a big pay raise and doesn't even have to report to the athletic director. Think about that.
Say that again.
He gets a contract where his direct report must be the president of the university. Yeah, I'll stay if I don't have to report to my athletic director. And they go, oh, okay. What could go wrong there?
Oh.
So now you're left with Todd Golden.
Can I pause for just a moment? Because how sure are you that those things that you just laid out, that May, Oates, Pitino, Tommy, how sure are you that those things that you just laid out keep those guys where they are? Like May coming out and saying, hey, I'm the Michigan coach. Again, what happens if the phone rings and it's Michael Jordan? Is there any chance, 0 to 100, what are the chances that one of those coaches were to actually say, you know what, I lied? I'm a North Carolina coach. 0?
I wouldn't say 0. Never say never, right?
Okay.
Tommy Lloyd, I think, is 0 because he never denied. He played it coy, played really smart politics when he was always asked about it. Never just said, I'm just focused on my team right now. Just focused on this. Until they said, hey, you don't have to answer the athletic director. Sign me up. Sign me up. But I would say the fact that these guys have come out and publicly said it would dramatically lower those possibilities.
Okay.
Nate Oates getting a new contract and agreeing in principle to make him one of the top. I mean, think about it. Guy's never won a national title. And he gets one of the top 5 highest paid contracts out there. Because nobody wants to go through this anymore. They're like, we're better. This is the problem. You wonder why there's so much money? Because they don't want to start over. They don't want to. They know how detrimental it can be to a team. Meaning, if Nate Oates left, you would probably lose 11 players. And then you'd have to bring in a coach in to find a team to start over, right? Dusty May coming out and saying, I'm a Michigan man, that pretty much solidifies it.
The Dusty May one didn't make sense to me for the same thing Virginia is writing in here. Why would you leave a blue blood that has money who you just took to the title game for a blue blood that has money?
Because it's Carolina, Ross. Everybody wants the Carolina job.
I think 20 years ago, maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, absolutely.
5 years
100%.
ago? Now, but I'm with you. Now Rick Pitino's right. It's not the name on the front. It's the checkbook in the back.
Yes. For everybody, for coaches and for players. Oh, you're going to pay me a lot of money, and then you're going to make sure I have the resources to pay my players a lot of money.
You're going to pay me and my assistants, and we're going to get these kids cash.
If you're Carolina, man, if you're a fan right now, you're going, uh-oh. What does this mean?
What do you think that next tier looks like, Trav?
Be more specific when you say next tier.
Of coaches, of coaching candidates. If you're not going to get May, if you're not going to get some of these key names, I mean, you just went through 4 or 5 names that were linked to, rumored with, and they all said no. What does North Carolina's coaching search look like tomorrow morning?
Todd Golden is still out there, but if I'm Florida, I'm going, hey, Todd, we got you through an Instagram scandal and you didn't get in trouble. We stood by you.
Do you think that carry weight?
I think it should, but you're also North Carolina going, yeah, he got cleared, but do we want to mess with this?
North Carolina had fake classes for a decade.
That's fair.
Like if we forget all about that, North Carolina completely fabricated classes. They let kids write this is a true story. They let kids write 1 paragraph about Rosa Parks filled with spelling errors and bad grammar, and they would give the kids an A for a semester. They totally faked classes. They don't give a shit about your perception of the rules or they don't give a shit. They've demonstrated that so often and so clearly.
Now they're going to tell you, when they hire a coach, they're going to say, we got the man we wanted.
Of course.
But I think at the end of the day, if you're going to fire a guy and not have a definite plan, I think most coaches fire a coach or move on knowing who. Jamie Pollard knew who was going to take Matt Campbell's spot. Knew it immediately. Knew who was going to take Steve Prohm's spot. I mean, those jobs were made almost in. Beth Getz wasted little time in hiring Ben McCollum. She knew who she wanted. There was a plan in place there. You have to have a plan if you're going to fire somebody. I think Carolina, just from a 20,000-foot view, thought, we're Carolina. That's a dangerous way to think today.
Oh, man.
It's a very, very dangerous way to think. Are you looking for new floors in your new house or your current home? There's only one place to get those new floors. Refresh your home with floors you'll love from Iowa Floor Covering. They offer beautiful hardwood, waterproof luxury vinyl, carpet, and tile for every single room in your house. Stop by their Bondurant showroom or go to iowafloorcovering.com for a free quote. You won't be disappointed in the customer service and the quality of Iowa floor covering. We got an hour in the books. We may have a surprise guest, too.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
Boy, howdy, we love spring. Flowers, nature coming alive, pollen, bugs, rain. Wait a second, those last three things aren't great. If only my Volvo had new wiper blades, engine air filter, and cabin air filter treated with FrigiFresh. Wait a third, that's the Fresh Spring Package available at Willis Volvo Cars for 20% off retail during the month of April. I better go online to Willis Volvo Cars to schedule my appointment, and you should too.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Land Rover of Des Moines. Up to $10,000 off remaining 2025 models with fresh Land Rover inventory arriving weekly. Start your buying journey at willisauto.com. If you're watching or listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and, of course, leave your comments in the comments section. Call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on our social media channels.
I didn't know it was culturally appropriate to show your nipples in Japan. Oh, I didn't show a nipple. Okay.
Before we get to our special guest, who I think most people have probably figured it out by now if you're a regular listener to the show, a lot of people were commenting during the break about the Iowa Mobotics commercial. They're like, what is this? It's super cool. Super cool. And Skylar from Iowa Mobotics is going to join us on Wednesday as we talk about where'd he go?
That's all right. It's all right. Keep going.
Okay. As we talk about and get introduced to the robotic lawnmower. But now the show goes international. Ladies and gentlemen, somewhere in Japan, he looks tired. He looks full of sushi. The one, the only Brooks Reynolds, representing the great state of Iowa internationally. What's going on, buddy?
Good evening. How y'all doing today?
Couldn't be
Doing
better.
wonderful, buddy. How are you? Where are you?
I am at the rooftop onsen at the Shiniro Hotel in Kofu, Japan, which is Des Moines' sister city, in the prefecture of Yamanashi, which is Iowa's sister state. I just got done this weekend participating in the Japan Bacon Festival, which is a subsection of the Shingen-Ko Festival, which is the largest samurai reenactment event in Japan. There's over 1,000 samurai reenactors that had a big parade, demonstration, like kendo stuff, all sorts of, weird martial arts kind of cool stuff, and just, spreading some joy through some tasty Iowa bacon.
So, do you have a samurai sword in the Reynolds household?
No, but I'm trying to source some old stuff, but I'm not going to buy one on online at katana.com or something. If I'm going to get one, it's going to be some weird, sword that I get gifted from somebody who I gave somebody a piece of bacon to. But no, it's really neat. No, I don't have that. I do have some fun Japanese stuff in my house, but no, I don't have a sword.
I would have lost that bet. I as soon as Travis asked, I'm like, he's got 7.
No, it's been great. I started this conversation with the folks here in Japan in 2014, 12 years ago. And, to see a group of businessmen and women kind of embrace what the Blue Ribbon Bacon Festival is and take it and run with it for the last 11, their first event here was in 2017. It took us 3 years to really get this groundwork going, and they love the event. The pandemic obviously put a damper in our plans, but the group, I had just got done with dinner at Conveyor Belt Sushi. If you look on
of course you did.
Your Twitter, I did tag you boys on the Twitter, but when we started this, it was a group of the Junior Chamber International of Kofu, just a group of businessmen. It was a business club and women, and they're not in that club anymore. But they're still the core group of 15 men and women who really love this event, and they dress in bacon shorts and again have a fun time. And they're a nonprofit here. They don't do it for profit. They give money back, and they're all from different business, different walks of life. One guy's an engineer, one guy repairs AC units, one guy's a meat distributor, one lady owns a restaurant. I mean, they're kind of from all over, but they're all here from Kofu, and it's just fun. I mean, it's been neat. And I hosted a group of Japanese puppeteers at my house for dinner in
Sure
May.
You did.
That's what I do, and a group. It's a specific Japanese puppeteers, and they're 3 hours away. A man and his granddaughter came 3 hours just to see me and say thank you again for dinner. And it's so neat. I mean, I'm a board member of the Japan America Society of Iowa, and
sure you are
spreading
like one does.
Japan and culture in Iowa, and just educating people. And again, they're so nice and so friendly over here, and the food is amazing. I mean, most of the food is amazing. I mean, I've eaten some weird stuff. I mean, I really don't like cow stomach. That's really bad. Or
cow stomach.
Don't do it. Try it once. I had horse tartare last night. That was actually pretty good. I'm sorry, all my horse friends, people out there.
Okay, you ate Black Beauty? You ate Black
Horse
Beauty?
is delicious. Horse is delicious.
And tartare means it's raw. But soaked in some stuff to kill the bacteria. So you ate raw.
No, it's just like a beef. It's just like beef. I mean, you don't need to soak it in anything. Haven't you ever had beef tartare, Russ?
Well, yeah, but isn't beef tartare? I thought that it was prepared in some way to kill the bacteria from the raw.
No. Ross, I'm gonna have you over. We're gonna eat some beef tartare. I'm gonna take you to Prime in Providence. We're gonna eat some beef tartare.
Dude,
Dom
listen,
Minerelli's gonna make that up.
I got to tell you a story. You got brought up
Sure.
last night. I was with Bill Blank, and Bill was went over there to go take him a microphone, and Bill was making some pork chops. And as we go downstairs, he yells to his girlfriend. He's like, "Hey, Kay, keep an eye on the pork chops. The thermometer's in them. Make sure they get up to 165."
Jesus, Bill.
I go, Bill, what are you're cooking leather strips there, dude? And he goes, "No, man, pork's not supposed to have any red in it at all." And I go, "Well, you know that Brooks would disagree with you, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, Brooks is gonna wake up with a stomach bug someday."
Oh yeah, a lot. I don't care. You gotta eat. Hey, last time I was here in Japan, I got a stomach bug. I ate some rare chicken, basically, but that's a delicacy over here, and it didn't sit well with me. And but yeah, I mean, pork 145. Take it off. Let it sit 5 minutes. I'm gonna have you and Billy Boy over, and I'll cook you some delicious pork chops.
145. It's still got some juice in there.
Oh yeah.
That's pork, baby.
Bill probably eats his steaks like totally burnt.
I've told
You can still see where the jockey hit it on the steak, Billy.
Where and look at Burger McChick says 165 temp for pork for sure. When I was a kid, I didn't like pork chops because my dad did the Bill Blank method. My dad would cook a pork chop until it was like beef jerky. Like Sean had to saw through it with a knife, and it was pure white. There was no moisture left.
If you're doing shake and bake, 165 is okay. But like today for lunch, I played golf here today.
Of course you did.
Why not? There was 9 of us. I had katsu curry over lunch, 6-hour round, 2 hours and 20 minutes to play the front, hour lunch break. You go in, you go have lunch. It's an hour, and then 2 hours and 40 minutes to play the back.
Now that's the type of round I want to sign up for.
It's great. It was one of the
through 18
funnest
holes.
rounds I've ever had.
You give me an hour-long lunch in between, I can get through the back 9.
Yeah, why not?
So how much Iowa pork did you bring over for this bacon festival?
So we work with Jones Dairy Farm over here. They're actually a Wisconsin-based company, but 80% of the hogs that they process are Iowa hogs. We've got some of their bacon, sausage, meatballs. We did a maple bacon breakfast burger with two sausage patties, a fried egg, bacon. We had Jones Dairy Farm bacon on a stick. We had just bacon samples. I think we went through probably about 1,000 pounds of pork in total.
Wow.
And
how many people are we talking about?
You carry that over in a suitcase? How do you get the...
Well, no, this is a product that's already here in Japan. This is a product that's already, sold in Japan. They've been in Japan since like the 60s. So it's just we used to have Berkwood Farms, but they don't have a presence here anymore in Japan. So Jones Dairy Farm is available at Costco's. There's 37 Costco's here in Japan, and the number one bacon at Costco is Jones Dairy Farm, which supports Iowa farmers.
How many people are at this one?
They had 120,000 people through the Shingen-Ko Festival over 3 days. We probably had, I would say, 25,000, 30,000 people. But it's the largest festival here in Kofu all year. I mean, it's run by the prefecture, which is the state of Yamanashi, and it rained a little on Saturday. We had some inclement weather, so if it would have, and Sunday was perfect. If we would have had the Sunday weather on Saturday, we would have had almost 200,000 people. But it rained through.
You've used that word prefecture a couple of times, Brooksy. Is it like capital city? Is it?
No, it's just like a state. A state. There's 47 prefectures in Japan, and Iowa and Yamanashi are sister states.
Okay, and Kofu and Des Moines sister cities.
Sister cities.
Okay,
right. So I met
Brooks learning us.
I saw the mayor, Yuichi Higuchi. He's actually.
Of course you did.
He's been to JR's a few times. I did not see Kotaro Nagasaki. I'm playing golf tomorrow, and I'm playing golf.
Of course you are.
Senator tomorrow. It's fun. I pinch myself the BS that I've been able to accomplish over here, and it's so fun. I mean, hopefully someday I think we should take the Rush Radio on the road and get weird here in Japan. I know Travis is really just wants to go to Italy and Florence, but maybe we could. I think Ann Jeanette would come. I know Ann Jeanette would go wherever I would ask her to go with me. So obviously we'll just do that. Ross, you and I will go, and we'll ask Ann Jeanette, and then if Travis wants to come, he can come.
All right, so
he wants to sit in his basement. You know that as well as I do. But yeah, I'm there with you, brother. I'm getting weird.
If my math is correct, you are now 12 days away from the Bacon Festival at El Beach Shop and High Life Lounge. Are there any tickets available, or is it sold out?
We have like 20 tickets left, which is
so
great.
Essentially it's sold out.
Yeah, it will get there. We've got some great music lined up for us. Emmett Sheehan's going to be starting us out. Emmett's a great entertainer, performs at JR South Pork Ranch. And then the headliner is Ann Jeanette's favorite baby boy, Owen Justice.
And these are just, you're not bringing in band, because he's just doing an acoustic show, right? They're just doing acoustic.
Yeah, just acoustic outside. We'll have a speaker. But yeah, the production value that I put into Bacon Fest the last couple of years was crazy. And the ticket sales weren't justifying that massive event. And, I held on to it for a long time, and I almost didn't do it this year. Jim Reese at Des Moines Bacon Company was kind of talked me into it. And, events are hard. They're expensive. People aren't spending money on smaller middle market events. The Clive Greenbelt Music Festival that our friend Tom Zamola put on I don't even think they're doing it this year. And you're just seeing, again, it's venue fees and security and insurance and labor and setup and tear down and, everything that goes into an event. People think it's just, you snap your fingers and events happen. I mean, it takes a village to put on an event, and we held on to it, and we'll see how the next couple of years go. And, Jeff Bruning and his team at the High Life Lounge and Bait Shop, Jason Christensen, who's the GM over there.
It's funny, when you say Jeff Bruning, people don't. Bruno.
Sorry, Bruno.
That guy.
Bruno.
Our buddy Bruno.
That's where we got our start. And JC and I were actually roommates 26 years ago. And so, yeah, we've got tents outside. We've got, 7 food items. We've got JR's Party Balls, a pork burger from Berkwood Farms. We've got Marshall Porter and Mike Bush are making a pineapple pork belly popsicle. Dom Minarelli's making a char siu pork belly on a stick. Garen Zanker from Jewel Market. I don't know if you've ever met Garen. He's such a great dude. He's making a bacon breakfast sausage ball.
Jewel Market, like the town, like Jewel the town.
Jewel, Iowa. Yeah, Garen's great. Garen and I became friends 6 or 7 years ago. And if you can ever shop at Jewel Market in Jewel, Iowa, go up there. He has this small little grocery store in Jewel, Iowa, population. I don't know. Somebody can fact check me on this. 1,100 people. And he is the heartbeat of that town. It's kind of a food desert, as they like to say, north of Story City, between Story City and Fort Dodge. And, he's in Hamilton County, South Hamilton County, very involved in the community, and anything I can do to support Garen, I want to do. We actually, last year before the fair, we debuted our party balls at Jewel Market. And
of course you did.
You undersold it, by the way, Brooksy. There's way more than 1,100 people. 1216 in the 2020 census.
See, that's a big city to me. To me, that's a big city.
Close.
Those 116 people you forgot about are going to remember it.
No, this is funny. I was in Tokyo in February.
Of course you were.
I walked into the big Iowa barbecue and ran into a couple, and their name escapes me right now. But they're like, Brooks, what are you doing here? I'm like, what? I'm in Tokyo. Come on. Of course I'm going to go to Big Iowa barbecue.
This guy. You never cease to disappoint.
Oh, we love you so much, buddy. Love you so much, man.
Anyways,
when do you come back? When do you come back?
I guess I should be back for Bacon Fest, so I'm coming back on Wednesday. So if anyone's never been to Japan, go to Japan. The dollar is so strong right now, so it's 160 yen per $1 US. And there's so much to do. The food is amazing. People are so friendly. Go. Ross, we're going. Maybe Anjanette, Travis can stay at home.
I'd love it. I'd love it, buddy. Sign me up.
You know me well.
When you get back, when you get back, get
We
in
still
touch.
need to do. We still need to do dinner
and talk. Yeah, and do our conversation.
Our thing.
I will tell you this, Brooksy. I do want to sit down and chat with you, man. Last couple weeks, I've had the absolute best conversations with my dad. So I can't wait to catch you up to speed on it because I know you'll appreciate those.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, thanks again for having me on.
Love you, bud.
Hope to see you at Bacon Fest. Got a couple tickets left. I can't wait to see Anjanette. Travis, you can stay at home if you want.
No, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that.
You don't have to. We don't want
No,
you.
I want to. I want to.
Okay.
All right. See you, Brooks.
All right. Thanks.
See you, buddy. He never disappoints. Never disappoints. Yeah, you know, the well done pork, I'm not a big fan of. I'm kind of with you. I mean, it shouldn't be ripping off the bone like that.
But bacon, I like bacon crispy.
Bacon's one of those things. That's an interesting because I think bacon's one of those in between. Some people like it juicy and fatty and limp. Some people like it uber crispy. I'm probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. I'm not uber crispy, but I'm crispy. It's weird. I have a very specific range for bacon that I.
Do you fry your bacon or you bake it?
Well, I used to fry it in my skillet. Okay, and I was always very careful about laying the strips out. My sister-in-law, she just throws it all in, doesn't lay it out, and then crushes it all up, and it almost makes like bacon bits.
Yeah, that's no fun. There's something about grabbing a piece of bacon and eating it. I don't want bacon bits. I put that in my salad. I'd be like, you just ruined a pound of bacon.
Yeah, and then Anjanette, we were there last time, and Anjanette was baking the bacon. So I've done that a few times too. There's something about frying it in the skillet. The bacon grease popping on you. It's dangerous. Smells. Gets grease all over the countertop. Oh, yeah.
Leaves a mess.
I mean, it's just gross.
Quick update on the Washed Up Walk-Ons Rush Radio Show March Madness pool because we have 5 great prizes to give away. Wade McKinney is our leader right now. He's got 193 points. UNI Tyler is in second place at 185, tied with the Boz. Now, Tyler, I see you haven't made your selection for tonight. You're in the mix, man.
Last minute, he's going to wait. He's gathering all the information he can before picking that winner. Smart.
Captain Kirk is also in the mix. He's sitting in 5th place right now, tied for 5th.
So, hey, real quick. Do you see who Wade has picked for the national title winner? Can Tyler see who Wade has picked and pick the other team, hoping to pull off the victory?
I can't see who he picked.
Oh, okay. All right.
I see that I can see his previous picks, but I can't see who he picked tonight.
Okay. All right.
But if he goes with UConn, that's worth 9 points. Michigan's only worth 1 point. Just saying. Tyler, you still have a chance to win, man.
Allie Rue says, my husband claims he's doing well. His nickname is the Boz. You can call him Brian.
Well, the Boz, I said, is in 3rd place?
Yep. Oh, Wade playing his cards here. Now, wait. Or is Wade playing? Have you ever seen Carrot in a Box? If I say Carrot in a Box, does that mean anything to you?
No.
Okay. All right.
Put Ali Rue's thing back up there again.
Okay.
For a second, I thought it looks like the Iowa State women's volleyball coach, but I don't think
you would look at.
I'm like, do I know her? That's what it was. Is like, do I know her?
Don't act like you were looking at her to see if you knew her.
No, I was.
We
Seriously.
all knew.
Oh my God. Here I do something I'm actually being sincere here, telling you the truth, and you turn it into something. Unbelievable.
I know. I'm sorry. So here's Carrot in a Box.
The worst of me.
I love you. You know that. I just know you. Carrot in a Box is a
Not
game.
Dick in a Box.
Not Dick in a Box. Totally different thing. Totally different deal. Jimmy Carr hosts this show on British television called Too Many Cats, or I think that's what it's called. Maybe. Anyway, it's a fun show with a bunch of comedians. They get together and they sometimes play games. Well, one of the games that they played was called Carrot in a Box. There's 2 boxes. One, you get a box, I get a box. One of us gets to look inside the box. Okay. The idea is at the end of the game, you want to have the box with the carrot. One box has a carrot, one box does not. One person gets to know if their box has a carrot in it, and then that person gets to try to deceive the other person. What if Wade's playing Carrot in a Box here? Because if Wade says, I picked UConn, and Tyler says, okay, then I got to go with Michigan to try to win this thing.
Then he won't because Michigan's only worth 1 point. Tyler has to go with UConn.
But he can't catch Wade because Wade's going to get the 9 points too.
Yeah. So that was like one of those Jeopardy moments where you're going to only do, okay, even if I lose, I win. Now, Tyler wanted me to go down the prize because we got people who are in this thing. Your grand prize is a Willis Auto Spa Silver Combo Detail. That's a $250 value.
Your
Willis
car's
Auto
going to look brand new.
It's going to smell brand new. That's a full interior, exterior detail to get your ride looking brand new. Second place, JR's South Fork Ranch prize pack at $200. So you have to wait till the fair, but Brooks will take care of you. Just trust us. That includes fair tickets, lobster rolls, beverages, and JR's merch. Third place.
And maybe you get to swing a Takana sword. Who knows?
Yeah. Third place, Iowa Fireworks Farm 4Cake assortment pack at $200 from Wade. Fourth place, Bacon Fest tickets. 2 tickets to Bacon Fest on April 18th. Fifth place, a $100 gift card to El Bait Shop and a $50 gift card to Central City Liquors. Speaking of Central City Liquors, the weekend special is over on the Maker's Mark. We'll have another special coming up this week. But anytime you go to Central City Liquors, make sure to tell them, hey, I heard about you on the Rush Radio Show, because they're going to get your name, they're going to get your email address, and you're going to be in a drawing that we're going to do every Thursday. We got a lot of people in there over the weekend. I was hoping for more, but, it was the first time out. As this thing builds and the prizes start getting better, you're going to be, I need to go to Central City Liquors, just to let you know.
Listen, this is one we always want you. It helps us a lot when you reach out to our advertisers. If you say, hey, by the way, I heard about you on the Rush, it just helps that, our friend Corey at Bats and Bugs, if he hears that, that's a reminder of like, oh, hey, that advertising's working. That's really cool. That helps us. This is one of those situations where this isn't about us. This literally is about you. Central City Liquors has been an awesome partner, and they want to do something cool for our listeners. So this is not a thing of like, hey, we really need you to get in there to show that the return is happening. No, the guys over there love us, and they're like, let's do something fun for that group of folks that listen to that show. So thank you so much to however many made it in there this weekend and threw your name in the box. Very cool. It's kind of about us, but Fake Bob, right? It's
always about us. If you're done growing your family, a vasectomy may be the next right step. At Urology Center of Iowa, they offer a no-scalpel procedure designed to be simple, safe, and convenient. It's performed right here in Des Moines by specialists who focus on men's health every single day. Take control of your future with confidence. Visit iowauro.com and click Schedule an Appointment. That's iowauro.com to schedule that appointment. At Urology Center of Iowa, we see you. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on. Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. Front row tickets to every show millionaire. hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie, Yanair.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, Yanair. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Buy 3, get 1. Buy 3, get 1. Buy 3, get 1.
For the month of April.
When you buy 3 tires,
Get 1 free. Schedule online.
at williscadillac.com.
It's just that easy.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiskus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiskus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. Whoop! So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Hi, it's Josh Romick at Willis Lexus, and I want to tell you about our Lexus Spring Sales event we have going on, where you can take advantage of $150 off 4 tires or $75 off a set of 2 tires. Give us a call to schedule or visit us online at willislexus.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Getting my electrolytes this morning from my Body Armor Light from Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. This one's good. Dragon Fruit Berry. Just 25 calories, 7 grams of carbohydrates, just 2 grams of sugar. Body Armor Light, or Body Armor, whatever you prefer from Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. You mentioned stuff.
Screwed up the morning, dude. Screwed
Who
up.
did?
I
How?
did. I can't.
How?
I forgot to wake up Audrey, dude.
Oh, she got a little extra sleep in.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you
That
know,
just
I
sucks
mean,
when you get, you know what I
she's
mean?
no different. She's no different than Carter Jensen.
What a segue. What a segue. Look at this. We didn't even plan that. This is what happens. See that? You see the way that just flowed right in? We didn't even plan that. What happened?
Carter Jensen, a 22-year-old rookie for the Kansas City Royals, was going to start for the Royals against the Twins on Friday, but he had to be scratched from the lineup because he slept through his alarm. The dude overslept. And I put this out there on social media on Friday. I said, who in the world, if you're a Major League Baseball player, sleeps through an alarm? You're starting a Major League Baseball game and you sleep through your alarm. My stance has softened a little bit, Ross. It's still not excusable. The reason it's softened is because he owned up to it. He just, after the game, he got in the ninth, said, there's no excuse. It should never have happened. I screwed up. And I appreciate that, right? Can you imagine the ribbing he's going to take?
Oh, my gosh. I'm with you, Trav. This is way better than him trying to come up with some excuse or, you know, how many times have we seen guys do that? Like, I think of Ryan Braun. You know, how many times have guys just lied to our face? And you feel it. You go, no, that didn't pass the smell test. I do. That's, I guess, an admirable trait for him to come out and go, oh, I up big time. I can't imagine the fun that they're going to have with him inside the locker room for this. First of all, I imagine it upset the team quite a bit. I mean, it's an unacceptable mistake, right?
Oh, it's not acceptable at all.
Right.
I mean,
so it's going to have a serious feel to it.
Yes.
But dude, this guy's going to be getting alarm clocks for Christmas forever. This guy's going to, you know what I mean? They're going to be having fun with him about that for a long time.
I'm trying to imagine him when he looked at his clock. Now, Ross knows me well. This show doesn't start till 6 a.m. every day. My alarm is scheduled for 4 o'clock. If I forget to set it and I wake up at 4:20, I am in a absolute panic because I'm 20 minutes behind my normal schedule. And Ross knows kind of the routine that I get in. Can you imagine waking up and going, I'm supposed to be in batting practice right now?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, first of all, the team's probably worried. What happened to him?
Yeah. Travis, remember Darryl Kyle? Darryl Kyle was a pitcher for the Cardinals, had a heart attack in his hotel room, or died in his hotel room. I shouldn't say heart attack. I believe it was some sort of heart thing. Died in his hotel room. They were at Wrigley Field. Like, man, where's Darryl? How come he's not here? He wasn't scheduled to pitch that day. He wasn't scheduled to start like this kid, but it wasn't in the lineup like this. But they're still looking around like, hey, where's Darryl Kyle? And they found him dead in his hotel room. And there have been other situations like that too. Remember the Angels deal? So I can imagine for a while it was very, very scary. That feeling though, like you're alluding to, when you wake up and it's past that time that you knew you had to wake up, like, man, I've done that with fishing trips. You know, like, all right, got to wake up at 4 a.m. to get stuff ready. We got to be out the door at 4:30, and you wake up and it's 4:25.
It's panic. But man, you're right. He's 22. Not even a rookie mistake, just a mistake. But as Scotty said, PR 101, just own it. And he owned it.
Boom, Scotty. Boom. 100% agree with that. Own it.
And he owned it.
Man, I screwed up. And I do think that for the most part, people hear that and go, oh, I've screwed up.
Well, if he would have said, well, this happened or this happened, people, now that's his excuse. If you just say, I slept through the damn thing, I was in a panic, then you go, I can relate to that. Man. Have you followed this Dave Portnoy, Caitlin Clark story very much?
I saw something. I saw something over the weekend, like a quick little video of him saying that she had blocked him because of a Connor McCaffrey phone call or something. Can you?
Well, and I'm paraphrasing here a lot, but you know, Portnoy, for as the mega stars go, and Portnoy is a mega star, whether you like him or not. I'm not.
Before you tell the story, I just got to say this real quick. I think a lot of times with this Barstool stuff and with Portnoy, I think that we get played.
Really?
I think a lot of this is scripted and planned and done for reaction and done for clicks and done for the content. So before you tell the story, I'm going to tell you up front, I will take all of this with a grain of salt and wonder if this is some sort of public deal.
No, the reason I would say it's not, because I don't know if Caitlin would go along with something like that, meaning she's pretty concerned about her image, right? And to be part of a gag and fool people, I don't know if she would go along with that. But and being the contrarian you are, I understand why you think that way. See, you wanted me to tell you when you were being a contrarian.
I love it.
So
I love it. It's working. It's working, by the way. Yeah, he's right.
Well, I mean, he's been on the Caitlin Clark bandwagon for a long time. He's sat at Fever games courtside. They've talked when he came to Des Moines or Ames, but he did all the pizza reviews in Des Moines. He got all his suggestions from Caitlin Clark.
That's true. I remember that. Right.
And so there was a tweet that he put out that said, hey, because one of his producers is an Iowa fan, right? And said, hey, what's his name said, firing Fran was a bad thing. He goes, see, Ben McCollum's gone deeper in the tournament in 1 year than Fran did ever. And, there was a thing that, Connor McCaffrey had called Dave Portnoy. They kind of had a discussion. He wasn't happy about it. And then she apparently blocked him on the phone, not just on social media, but he's like, hey, I'm going to be in Indianapolis. Let's do a pizza review together. And it went green or something. I don't know what that means. I'm not an iPhone guy, as you pointed out last night in a text. That she blocked his number. And I thought that was just kind of fascinating to me. Tyler says she's getting kind of culty. Oh, she's been culty for a little bit.
Yeah, so I guess what's
the blocking. I'm like, wouldn't you call somebody up and say, dude, let me push back against that? But was Caitlin Clark very active during Iowa's Elite Eight run? Did you see a lot of, hey, let's go Hawks? Did you see a lot of stuff coming out of Caitlin Clark's camp about for as pro Iowa as she's been? It wasn't like she was saying, let's go Hawks. Or did I miss something?
It's true. I didn't notice that missing. That's not something I would have noticed. But yeah, now that you say it, I guess I don't know. I don't think I follow Caitlin on anything, so I wouldn't know if she did or didn't. I guess. But so I'll have to defer to you. Did she not post anything during the Elite Eight
went
run?
back through and I couldn't find anything. I went on her Instagram page, couldn't find anything. Went on her Twitter page, couldn't find anything. So you wonder if there's this. I'm going to support Connor. Connor's not been a huge Iowa fan since this all went down.
And can you blame him?
No,
I
because
can't
it's
blame
personal at that point.
Yes, I won't blame Connor. I won't blame his girlfriend, soon, maybe fiance, maybe wife. There are blood is thicker than alumni.
True.
I don't, dude. This is such. I'm not. I don't want to say. I'm not saying this about you. I want to be clear what I'm about to say here. This is such sophomoric high school bullshit drama.
Isn't that what social media is?
No, this is what Dave. I feel like this is a lot of what Dave Portnoy is. I don't. Again, talk about culty. You can't say anything bad about Portnoy or the stoolies come after you.
They do.
A lot of it is shtick. Oh man, I'm gonna fire this producer. Or we're gonna do contract negotiations on the podcast, and it's all for clicks. It's all for the show. And Dave Portnoy is really, really good at that. But at some point, I don't know. I don't get it. I honestly, I don't get it. If Caitlin Clark has blocked him, and it's what a perfect story for Dave Portnoy, right? What a perfect. It's about the clicks. It's about getting your attention. And man, if he can stand up and say, "Oh, look at this! I'm having a personal conflict now with the world's most popular athlete," that helps him.
And clicks are like a drug. You can point to. I'll use Scott Jennings as one. I don't know if you watch Scott Jennings on CNN.
He's the guy on CNN, right?
Yeah, but it's like he's producing more content than ever because all of a sudden, I'm popular. I've got to keep doing it. And then the takes almost get more and more outrageous. Like, that's not the guy I watched 6 months ago.
You become a caricature. Your shtick becomes your lane. I won't give interesting. Not even interesting. That's the wrong word for it. I'm not interested in it. I would say use caution because this could be maybe Caitlin Clark's not involved in it, but Dave Portnoy is definitely doing the thing that I alluded to at the beginning, without a doubt.
I think Connor McCaffrey took Caitlin's phone and blocked him. She didn't even know. That's what I think. Connor did it.
Yeah, listen, and when I say world's most popular athlete, Timmy T-Box goes, that's a strong take. I'm saying that there's a little bit in jest there. She's not the world's most popular athlete.
No,
she's one of the most popular female athletes in the world or in the country. Let's say that.
I would say even in the world.
One of the most popular. Yeah, sure.
That's fair to say. That's not overreaching by any means.
And so if Dave Portnoy can put her name out there and pretend to have have a controversy with her, because wouldn't it have been just as easy for Dave Portnoy not to mention this?
Yeah, but that's not Dave Portnoy's style. He's going to turn anything into an opportunity.
And that goes back to my original point. Like as soon as you said this, I'm like, grain of salt. They're a media company trying to get your attention.
Did you watch the women's national title game yesterday?
No.
UCLA beat South Carolina 79-51. Two really big quarters. They outscored the Gamecocks 21-10 in the first, 25-9 in the third. That's really where they pull away. UCLA's first ever women's national championship in basketball.
Oh,
Here's
wow.
what I was shocked about.
I wouldn't have guessed that, by the way. Right.
How many Big Ten teams have won national championships in women's basketball?
UCLA is a Big Ten team.
I know, that's crazy to think.
Oh, man, sorry. Let me get myself back up onto my chair for a second. UCLA is a Big Ten team. And your question was, how many Big Ten teams have won the women's
national championship
title?
Which has only been around since 1982.
Man, Travis, is this the first one?
No.
Okay.
Now, the new people on will say, well, Maryland won in 2020 or 2006. Well, Maryland was a member of the ACC at that time, so that does not
Maryland's
count.
a Big Ten team now, too. And if you don't know geography, because, again, a lot of people don't even know how many letters in the alphabet, those two cities are on the opposite end of the country.
Yeah, one was in the Pac-12, the other was in the ACC, but they've come together to meet. But UCLA technically gets credit for it because they are a current member of the Big Ten. Only one other Big Ten team has won a national title, Purdue in 1999. I was just kind of surprised by that. Otherwise, it's basically UConn, South Carolina, Baylor, and Tennessee.
Tennessee was really good under Pat Summitt.
Yeah. Purdue, your only other Big Ten team now besides UCLA to win a national title.
Again, controversy sells, Trav, and it gets clicks. The only thing I saw from the weekend in the women's Final Four was the Gino Auriemma, Dawn Staley kerfuffle that happened at the end of their Final Four game.
Gino did not do himself any favors with the masses this tournament. From complaining about the two regional site thing where the NCAA president comes back and says, Gino's just wrong. Ticket sales are up. Viewership is up. This has actually been a good thing for women's basketball. If you spread it over 4 regionals, are you going to have the attendance that you would? And he backed it up with facts, which are the statistics. And then to complain about, you made me wait 3 minutes for a pregame handshake, you look like a petty, petty person at that point. And did himself no favors when it comes to public perception. And then a half-ass apology the next day that he put out in a statement and didn't even mention Dawn Staley by name. Apologized to the staff of South Carolina. The optics are horrible for Gino Auriemma.
It's not going to hurt him.
No, because he's at UConn, and that's the preeminent power.
And by the way, this is who he's been for a long time. He sees himself as a gatekeeper. He sees himself, I think Gino Auriemma sees himself as some sort of like king-like figure in women's basketball. And he's kind of not wrong if he feels that way. I mean, the guy has been an amazing coach. He's got a resume unlike any other person in the game. But it's this gatekeeping thing that he does. Like when he talked about Caitlin Clark. Listen, you guys, you don't even understand. You guys don't get it. I know women's basketball, and I will tell you she's going to suck. Okay?
He missed on that one because he was defending his own in Paige Beckers.
Yeah. He's missed on a lot of stuff that he gets credit for, that he gets a pass on because of his resume. And that's the way the world works. I love that Dawn Staley sticks it to him. I love that she's got that attitude of like,
she has a I don't give it.
Yeah.
And so what? She drops F-bomb. Watch Danny Hurley tonight. Watch how many freaking F-bombs. Why do
Gino Auriemma's never dropped an F-bomb? Get that out of here, dude. That's the stuff I'm talking about. It's the, and that's the thing that I think a lot of people see with Gino Auriemma that they turn their nose up at, curl their lip at. Man, why is this guy act that way? Because he can, and he wins.
Yeah, if he didn't win, you would view it, you'd be like, who is this guy? But when you have the resume, you're given a leash to where you get a lot more leeway.
I'll tell you another thing that I saw, Trav, a series of videos that I saw from that Final Four game where at the halftime, he apparently went at the officials and kind of said to the reporter, hey, this is bullshit. My girls aren't getting calls. I got a girl with a ripped jersey. Did you see this?
Yes.
She said, I got a girl with a ripped jersey and no fouls were even called about it. And he's just hot as hell about it. There's that the girl ripped her own jersey.
Well, not only that, but they contradicted themselves in the post-game press conference when he accused her of somebody ripping her jersey, and the girl said, I ripped it.
She did say she ripped it in the post-game? I just saw the video of her running to the sideline, ripping it, and then saying, look.
Yeah, they contradicted each other in the post-game press conference. He said, well, some girl ripped her jersey. And then she goes, I ripped it.
Yeah, I saw this thing about the press conference, making me wait for whatever. He's a competitor. And when you get in those moments, man, I've seen it with this dude. I've seen it with Travis. Competitive juices start flowing. People become a different guy. It's kind of nice.
Should have seen me trying to make a table in plain wood this weekend.
Yeah, I bet it was impressive.
I was like, I want to make this board as smooth as possible. How do I do that?
Listen to Tony.
Listen to Tony. That's all I had to do is listen to Tony. Makes my life easy.
By the way, good thing he kept you away from the table saw. Have you ever seen a table saw, what the damage a table saw can do?
Well, I was sitting there going, this looks dangerous.
So the direction the blade is turning, I want you to get a visual image again in your head of what the shop looked like, okay? So the way the blade was turning on the table saw, what was in that direction?
The board?
No.
Oh.
Behind it. Does Tony have it set up so that faces a doorway?
Kind of, about 30 feet away.
Yeah. Do you know why? Let me ask you this. Did he have the door open when he was running the table saw?
Well, the room is so big, Ross. So I guess...
Did he have the door open? Okay.
No.
Because sometimes with those table saws, they'll catch the board and kick the board. And it will throw that board at about 150 miles an hour. It'll go through whatever's in its way, including people. Table saws can be nasty.
Yeah, I saw that
at East High School. Our table saw faced the big metal doors. Okay, and anybody that went to East High School and did wood shop will attest to this. The metal door had about 15 giant dents in it.
So I shouldn't have been standing in front of the board as it was going through the...
If you're standing where it's coming through towards you, you're fine.
Yeah.
If it's coming towards you, you're fine. It's as you're pushing the board into the saw, the board can kick and come back the other direction.
Oh, that's why Tony didn't let me do it. So that would have been facing a window. So it would have gone out the
window.
Yeah,
I wonder if Tony has ever had to replace the window. They can be dangerous, but yeah,
Isn't that how Johnny Cash's brother got killed? Did you watch Walk the Line?
Oh, you're talking about not Johnny Cash.
That was his brother, right? That was in the movie. They were in the sawmill, and his brother was working the table saw.
Yeah, exactly.
They tried to reenact that in Walk Hard.
That's what I'm talking. Now wait, are you being serious that Johnny Cash's brother?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Walk Hard.
No, I'm talking about Walk the Line, the movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon.
I am just now learning this, that in Walk Hard, they're mocking Johnny Cash's brother dying?
Yes.
I didn't know that was a thing. I thought in Walk Hard, he haved the wrong boy died. Hey, I want to give big congratulations to this one, Trav. On Friday, we had a big award ceremony. Audrey and her Codathon team finished 4th in the nation out of like 3,000 competitors in their app that they built to help homeless people. Last year she got 3rd, so she's really feeling depressed by this 4th place finish.
This year. She failed.
She failed. The other thing that she was awarded on Friday at the towards the end of April, we are going to be headed over to Chicago because Audrey is competing in a national math competition. She won the 4th grade. She won the 4th grade competition for a national math competition.
Wow.
And she's headed to Chicago to compete in the national competition.
Just
at the end of the month.
tell her to pick the most expensive university that she can find.
Travis says that you should probably go to community college.
I feel Ivy League or Notre Dame coming her way. That's what that's what I feel.
Very proud of my little biscuit. And I woke her up late and look at her minutes into it. She's kicking butt.
You know why? There's adrenaline there. Even little kids feel the adrenaline. Like, I got to get ready. Time's running. Sometimes it works out better.
Get him.
So tonight, to recap, we got the men's national championship, Michigan, UConn. I picked UConn just because I can't bet against Dan Hurley. And I hope I'm wrong. I want Michigan to win. But I look at this guy in big games, never lost a game past the when he gets to the Sweet 16, he's never lost. And he can flat out coach. Michigan looking for its first national title since 1989. They're 1-6 in championship games.
Man. Does that haunt them at all, Trav? Because my gut says no, but does that?
You've always been history doesn't matter, right? And you're probably correct. Now, if it's the old days when you have the team the next year, that's one thing. This team's so removed from it that I don't think it matters. But you still have to put it out there. They're 1-6 in championship games. They haven't won since 1989. I mean, let's use the Fab Five team should have beaten North Carolina, right? I mean, that team was. No way that North Carolina is going to compete. And then Chris Webber calls a timeout, gets a technical foul, and that's all she wrote.
Man. By the way, Ray Q. Screw you, dude. Screw you. Ray sent this. He said, hey, Ross, check your email before the show ends. He sent me a picture of a table saw kickback.
I'm glad he didn't send it to me. I wouldn't want to watch something like that.
Thanks, Ray.
Our listeners never disappoint. And if you want to email us at any time during the week, ross@therushradio.com, travis@therushradio.com.
I had somebody this morning reach out and say, hey, I just booked a trip up at Ballard's and told them that I was doing it because you got any advice? You call me anytime. I'll talk about Ballard's.
Yeah, take me. That's the advice. Take me. I know all the spots.
Pack some clothes. That's it. The idea for Lake of the Woods, take your clothes. Ballard's has got the rest.
Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Todd Stepsis, head coach of the Northern Iowa football team, going to join us tomorrow at 7:30. Spring football is going on for the Panthers. It'd be good to catch up with Coach. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Hey guys, it's Zach here at Willis Infinity Service. Do you have a pollen allergy? Well, so does your car. Replace those clogged engine and cabin air filters with fresh new filters. During the month of April, you can get 20% off your new air filters and wiper blades during our fresh spring special. Schedule today at willisinfinity.com.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire, a front row tickets to every show-yonaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.